a scene when the ceiling started falling. I didn't scream your name or keep the phone line calling. I just sat here in the kitchen while the coffee turned to ice, watching all the neighbors pay the ultimate price. I folded up your laundry like a soldier at a wake, without a single tremor, without a visible shake. The glass didn't shatter, it just turned into sand. I watched my own life slip right out of my hand. There were no sirens, no flashing of light, just a slow burning fuse in the middle of the night. I didn't fall apart with a bang or a cry. I didn't give the world a reason to ask why. It was a velvet collapse, it was a soundless landslide, while I kept all the wreckage tucked neatly inside. You can't see the splinters, you can't see the scars. I'm a silent explosion beneath the cold stars. No one heard the snap, no one felt the degree, but oh God, I broke quietly. Still smiling at the neighbors when I'm checking on the mail, while my heart is a ship that's forgotten how to sail. I've mastered the art of the I'm doing fine, while I'm drowning in the static of this life of mine. It's a graceful disaster, a polite kind of end. I'm a masterpiece of broken that I can't even mend. Eastville had roared if I had fought. Maybe I'd be worth a second thought. But I'm a ghost in a suit, I'm a mask on a shelf, I'm a funeral service I'm throwing for myself. Softly, slowly, turning into nothing. I didn't fall apart with a bang or a cry. Not a sound, not a word, just the sound of hurt that no one else heard. I broke quietly, quietly. House is full of echoes that don't belong to me. I'm drowning in a hallway that used to be a sea. I found your hairbrush tangled in the wires by the bed, a silver strand of everything that we already said. I'm walking through the rooms like a stranger in a cage, just a broken sentence on a charcoal blackened page. And the ink is running dry in the middle of your name. I'm shivering in shadows while you're dancing in the flame. I'm the left behind, I'm the used to be. I'm the hollow shell of a man you couldn't see. It's a deep dark blue, it's a heavy gray sky. It's the way the light leaves when love starts to die. Shoulders used to lean, caught in the what if and the somewhere in between. It's not a sudden break, it's a slow motion sever. I didn't just lose you, I lost you forever. jacket just to feel a little weight, but it's cold as the iron on a locked up garden gate. The world is getting louder, but I'm losing all my sound. Just a nervous heartbeat, 6 feet underground. There's no moving on, there's just staying behind in the dusty broken attic of a milk-lit mind. I'm screaming at the ceiling, but the plaster doesn't break. How much of a soul can a single goodbye take? You're gone. The silence is the only thing that's moving on. It's a deep dark blue, it's a heavy gray sky. It's the way the light leaves when a love starts to die. I'm holding on to where your shoulders used to lean, caught in the what if and the somewhere in between. It's not a sudden break, it's a slow motion sever. I didn't just lose you, I lost you forever. I'm still here, but you're forever gone. I memorized your outlines in the middle of the night. I didn't need the candles or the harshness of the light. I followed every promise like a needle on a track. Never noticed all the breadcrumbs that I couldn't follow back. I ignored the smell of smoke while the house began to burn. I was waiting for a lesson I was never gonna learn. I traded in my eyesight for the feeling of your skin, searching for a sanctuary you've never been. I painted all your red flags in a shade of sunset gold, and ignored the way your hands felt so unnaturally cold. I was walking on a tightrope with the blindfold made of you, trusting in the forever that you never meant to do. I closed my eyes so tight just to keep the dream alive. Now I'm staring at the wreckage that I didn't think survived. It's a different kind of darkness now. The scales have finally fell. I was looking for a heartbeat in the middle of hell. I didn't see the ending, I didn't see the light. I loved you blindly, and now I have to watch us die. They say that love is vision, but for me it was a veil, a beautiful deception that was always meant to fail. I touched the hollow places and I told myself they're deep. I was guarding all the secrets that you didn't even keep. And now the lights are coming up and the theater is bare, and I'm reaching for a version of you that was never there. Open up the curtains, let the neon flood the room. Let me see the sharp edges of my own impending doom. I was a fool. see just the empty space where I thought you used to be. I loved you blindly. Now I see everything. I built a cathedral on a foundation of sand. I placed every secret in the palm of your hand. I ignored the cold wind that was blowing through the door, while I laid out my spirit on your hardwood floor. I saw a sanctuary where there was only a cage. I was reading a Bible, you were burning the page. And the ink is all bleeding, the colors are wrong. I was the harmony, you were the bomb. I gave you the keys to the vault in my soul, and you left me with nothing but a black empty hole. I didn't just fail, and I didn't just fall. I leaned my whole life against a crumbling wall. It's a bitter, sharp taste, it's a poisonous sting to realize I'm the one who gave you everything. I didn't see the shadow, I didn't see the prong. I didn't just love you, I trusted wrong. I was a fool for the always, a slave to the we. Now I'm the victim of the version of you I chose to see. I chose to see. The truth is a flashlight in a room full of knives, reflecting the wreckage of our separate lives. You played the part of the hero so well while you were building the stairs to my personal hell. I defended your name when the world saw the cracks. Now I'm the one with the blade in my back. How do I unknow the things that I knew? How do I scrub off the layers of you? I was a believer, a saint of the trust. Now I'm just a statue that's turned into dust. You're a master of masks, a genius of sincere, while I'm the one drowning in the middle of here. I didn't just fail, and I didn't just fall. I leaned my whole life against a crumbling wall. It's a bitter, sharp taste, it's a poisonous sting to realize I'm the one who gave you everything. I didn't see the shadow, I didn't see the prong. I didn't just love you, I trusted wrong. I was a fool for the always, a slave to the we. Now I'm the victim of the version of you I chose to see. The locks have been changed, but the house is already empty. I didn't lose you, I lost my own eyes. I trusted wrong. The city is screaming, the world is alive, but I'm a silent film reel that refuses to thrive. The phone keeps on ringing, I just watch the light flash while I turn all my feelings to dust and to ash. I'm a library at midnight, every book is a scream. I put on my mask, I put on my coat, but the words are all stuck in the back of my throat. It's a prison of peace, it's a quiet cascade in the tomb of the love that you silently made. I'm quiet inside, but the silence is loud. It's the heaviest shadow in the biggest crowd. You can't see the damage, it's hidden too well. A private slow motion, personal hell. I'm a perfect facade, a beautiful lie, while I'm breaking in places that you can't get by. I'm a still empty ocean where the storm is the tide. You think I'm okay, but I'm quiet inside. They ask how I'm doing, I just nod my head fine, while I'm crossing the borders of my own battle line. The pain is a whisper, the grief is a hum, in a body that's walking, a soul that is numb. I keep the blinds down, I keep the doors shut. I'm not looking for saviors, I'm not looking for light, I'm just trying to survive the unending night. I built this prison cell, I locked the door tight, so no one can see me in this terrible light. I'm safe here, I'm numb here, I'm quiet here. I'm just a ghost with nothing left to fear. I'm quiet inside, but the silence is loud. It's the heaviest shout and the biggest shout. You can't see the damage, it's hidden too well. A private slow motion, personal hell. I'm a perfect facade, a beautiful lie, while I'm breaking in places that you can't get by. I'm a still empty ocean where the storm is the tide. You think I'm okay, but I'm quiet inside. Just the echo, just the hum, just quiet. The boxes are all gone, the dust has settled down. I've walked every street of this ghost-ridden town. They told me the exit was the hardest of parts, that time was a healer for hollowed-out hearts. But I'm finding your ghost in the steam of the shower. I'm losing you over and over each hour. It's not a one-time break, it's a permanent leak. A little more humanness gone every week. I wake up and realize you're missing again. The cycle repeats where the ending began. I thought I lost you once when you walked out the door, but I'm losing you now, even more than before. In the way I forget how your laugh used to sound in the silence that follows me into the ground. Every sunrise is shrapnel, every dusk is a bruise. I'm stuck in a loop where I've nothing to lose. forgot the color of your eyes for a second. That was the hardest part, still losing you. Every single day, every single day. The storm took the roof and the flood took the floor, and I don't recognize my own life anymore. I'm covered in ashes, I'm tasting the salt of 1,000 disasters that weren't my fault. The sky is a bruise that refuses to heal, and I've forgotten how solid it's supposed to feel. My knees are shaking, my vision is blurred. I'm a broken down sentence, a forgotten word, but the gravity hasn't claimed me just yet. In this graveyard of ghosts and of hollow regret, the wind tried to break me, the dark tried to hide every last piece of the person inside. I've lost the rhythm, I've lost the light. I'm a jagged survivor of a terrible night. It's not a victory, it's not a parade, it's just the defined shadow I've made. Against all the silence, against all the nothing, I'm still standing, even if I'm hurting. At the wreckage where we used to be, just a pile of splinters and a black empty sea. I should be a ghost, I should be a stain, but I'm still absorbing the weight of the rain. I'm a pillar of salt in a world made of tears, carrying the burden of all of these years. Fall, says the memory, break, says the pain. The wind tried to break me, the dark tried to hide every last piece of the person inside. I've lost the rhythm, I've lost the light. I'm the jagged survivor of a terrible night. It's not a victory, it's not a parade, it's just the defiant shadow I've made. Against all the silence, against all the nothing, I'm still standing, even if I'm hurting. In the cold, I'm still here. One foot in front of the other, in the dark, in the cold, I'm still here. The tether didn't snap it just started to fray. A little more distance with each passing day. I was anchored to you, or at least I tried to be. But the shoreline was changing and I was the sea. I looked for your hand in the fog of the room, but you were a shadow and I was a gloom. No sudden departure, no trunk in the hall, just a slow, silent drifting away from it all. The gravity lifted, the weight became light, like a balloon disappearing in the middle of night. I didn't choose the current, I didn't choose the flow, I just stopped having reasons to not let us go. My heart drifted away on a quiet, cold tide, out past the places where we used to hide. It's not a tragedy, it's not a mistake, it's just a natural path that a river would take. I'm watching the ice turn to a speck on the coast, loving the memory, believing the ghost. There was no anchor and there was no stay. My heart just drifted away. Nothing at all, just a faint, distant echo of a long ago call. The space in between us is wider than years, a saltwater ocean made of forgotten tears. I'm not even angry, I'm not even sad, I'm just a stranger to the life that we had. Is there a point where the blue meets the black, where the soul stops the habit of looking back? I'm a vessel of wood, I'm a leaf on the stream, moving further and further from a broken down dream. I'm gone, and the horizon is the only thing on. My heart drifted away on a quiet, cold tide, out past the places where we used to hide. It's not a tragedy, it's not a mistake, it's just the natural path that a river would take. I'm watching the ice turn to a speck on the coast, loving the memory, believing the ghost. There was no anchor and there was no stay. My heart just drifted away. Farther, I can't even see the shore anymore. It's just the blue and me. My heart drifted away. I fought for the air till my lungs turned to stone. I carried the weight of the us on my own. I patched every leak and I held every wall, while I watched every pillar around us just fall. I was the engine, the heat and the spark, but I'm finally standing alone in the dark. It's not that I'm angry, it's not that I'm through with the version of me that was waiting for you. It's a physical limit, a breaking of bone, a statue of soul that silence is heavy, a thick velvet shroud. I'm no longer screaming your name to the cloud. The adrenaline's gone and the panic has fled, leaving a hollow-eyed ghost in my bed. I try to restart it, I try to believe, but there's nothing but winter left up in my sleep. I push through the fire, I push through the rain, until I was nothing but walking around pain. But the body remembers what the mind tries to hide, and the light just went out on the deep down inside. It's over, it's finished, the battery's dry. I don't even have the momentum to cry. I didn't stop loving, I didn't stop trying. I just ran out of breath from the slow motion dying. The machine just stole the electricity died. There's no more adrenaline left on the inside. It wasn't a choice or a graceful retreat, it was the sound of a rhythm that skipped the last beat. I'm sorry, the pressure was stopped, and my heart just gave out. Head to the schoolyard. The red light is blinking, then it's gone. No more pulse, no more hold on. My heart gave out, gave out. I spent 1,000 days white knuckling the road, tying knots in the fray, bleeding out on the hope. I was the anchor for a ship that had already sunk. Drunk on the memory, I was hopelessly drunk, but the friction got too much. The skin started to tear, and suddenly I realized you weren't even there. It wasn't a choice, it was a physical break. The last bit of pressure a spirit can't take. My fingers just opened, the tension just died like a vertical drop on a long distance slide. My heart let go, and it didn't make a sound. It just stopped reaching up, and it hit the cold ground. It's not that I'm over it or the pain is all fled. It's just that the fire ran out of things to be fed. I'm drifting in the current, I'm finally still, against my own nature, against my own will. The weight is gone, but the emptiness is slow. I didn't say goodbye. My heart just let go. The pictures are still there, but they look like a play. A story about people who lived in another day. I don't feel the sting when I hear your name spoken. I'm just a machine that is perfectly broken. The ghost in the hallway has nothing to say, and I don't have the strength to even ask it to stay. Is this what peace feels like? This hollowed out chest, this terrifying silence, this permanent rest. I'm a kite with no string, I'm a bird with no sky. Too tired to live and too heavy to fly. I've stopped fighting the ghost, I've stopped chasing the light. I'm just surrendering to the rest of the night. My heart let go, and it didn't make a sound. didn't say goodbye. My heart just let go. I'm walking a line, it's beginning to curve, testing the limits of every last nerve. I used to be steady, I used to be centered, before the distortion of you ever entered. Now the floor is the ceiling and the walls are the sky, and I'm losing my grip on the how and the why. Love feels like right and up feels like down. I'm a tightrope walker in a ghost-ridden town. The symmetry's broken, the weight is all wrong. I've been leaning on shadows for way too long. My heart lost balance the moment you moved out of the grooves that our love had once moved. I'm tilting, I'm swaying, I'm falling in place, a slow motion crash in a dark empty space. I can't find the middle, I can't find the floor. I'm a house with no level, a hinge with no door. The world is a blur, a lopsided view. My heart lost balance when it lost you. When it lost you. Straight, but I lean to the side where the ghost of your presence is starting to hide. I'm overcorrecting, I'm spinning in rings like a bird with the weight on the left of its wings. Everything's crooked, everything's skewed in this hollowed out life that I'm forced to conclude. Steady, steady, just catch your breath, but it's a long way down to this emotional death. I'm dizzy from hoping, I'm sick from the spin. How do I let the equilibrium back in? The horizon is shaking, the ground is alive. I'm falling, and I don't know why. My heart lost balance the moment you moved out of the grooves that our love had once moved. I'm tilting, I'm swaying, I'm falling in place, a slow motion crash in a dark empty space. I can't find the middle, I can't find the floor. I'm a house with no level, a hinge with no door. The world is a blur, a lopsided view. My heart lost balance when it lost you. One foot, then the other, then nothing. I'm still tipped over. My heart lost balance. One foot, then the other. One foot, then the other, then nothing. Still tipped over. My heart lost balance. My heart lost balance when it lost you. Used to fit so perfectly inside the skin you loved, and now I'm just a jagged piece waiting to be shoved. The corners of my spirit have all started to fray. I'm melting like a sculpture made of winter hardened clay. I look in the mirror and I don't know the lines. I'm a map of a country that no one defines. I'm spilling out of the edges, I'm leaking through the floor. I don't have the frame that I carried before. I'm a liquid, I'm a vapor, I'm a stain on the rug, losing the form of your bone-breaking hug. My heart lost shape when you let go of the mold. Now I'm something sharp and I'm something too cold. I don't beat in a rhythm, I just throb in the dark. A broken geometry, a soul without a spark. I'm trying to hold it together with wire, but I'm just a mess left behind by the fire. I'm unrecognizable through and through. My heart lost shape when it lost you. There's a hole in the middle where you used to sit, and nothing in this universe is ever gonna fit. I try to fill the void with the ghosts of other names, but they just highlight the wreckage of the skeletons and frames. I'm bending, I'm breaking, I'm folding in half, a crumpled up note of a dying man's laugh. Am I a circle, am I a square, or just a handful of dust in the freezing air? I'm collapsing inward, a dying star. I don't know who I am, I only know where you are. And you're gone, and I'm undone. The symmetry is over, the damage has won. My heart lost shape when you let go of the mold. Now I'm something sharp and I'm something too cold. I don't beat in a rhythm, I just throb in the dark. A broken geometry, a soul without a spark. I'm trying to hold it together with wire, but I'm just a mess left behind by the fire. I'm unrecognizable through and through. My heart lost shape when it lost shape. I'm just formless, aimless, edgeless. I don't even have a beat anymore. Just a hollow, just this. I forgot to bolt the door when you walked away. I left the curtains parted for a ghost of a day. The wind blows through the hallways where your shadow used to sleep, and the salt from the ocean is a promise I still keep. Everyone told me to board it up, to turn the lights out, to build a high wall made of iron and doubt. But the hinges are rusted, the wood has been bent by the weight of the years and the time that we spent. I'm a house with no shelter, a field with no fence, waiting for a logic that doesn't make sense. My heart stayed open like a wound in the rain, inviting the cold and inviting the pain. I didn't learn how to harden, I didn't learn how to close. I'm still the same fool that everybody knows. I'm a target for memories, a lemon for dust, a hollowed out temple, a misplaced trust. It's a dangerous mercy, a beautiful sin. My heart stayed open and let the winter in. I saw you with someone, a a blur in the street, and I felt the old rhythm, the familiar beat. I should have been shielded, I should have been numb, but I'm still the victim that I've always become. There's no entry sign on the gates of my soul, just a wide open space that I can't even control. Close it, I scream to the ghost in the hall. Build me a mountain, build me a wall, but the lock is missing, the key has been lost, and I'm the one paying the ultimate cost. I'm bleeding out slowly in the light of the moon, because I couldn't learn how to leave the room. My heart stayed open like a wound in the rain, inviting the cold and inviting the pain. I didn't learn how to harden, I didn't learn how to close. I'm still the same fool that everybody knows. I'm a target for memories, a landing for dust, a hollowed out temple, a misplaced trust. It's a dangerous mercy, a beautiful sin. My heart stayed open and let the winter still waiting, still reaching, still empty. My heart stayed empty. My heart stayed open. I woke up and reached for the ache in my chest, but the bed was too quiet, the air was a rest. The stinging was gone and the throbbing had ceased, like a prisoner finally granted release. But there's no celebration, no light in the room, just a vacuum of shadows, a silent grey tomb. I'm looking in mirrors at a body that's breathing, but I can't feel the coming and I can't feel the leaving. It's not in the kitchen, it's not on the floor. It didn't follow you out of the door. It didn't just break and it didn't just bleed. It simply stopped having a soul it could feed. My heart went missing in the middle of the night. It didn't leave a note, it didn't put up a fight. There's a cavernous hole where the fire used to be, and I'm just a ghost of the you and the me. I'm checking the lost and the found in the dark, searching for any small flickering spark. But the ribcage is empty, the rhythm is dead. My heart went missing and left me instead. I'm watching a movie, but I don't feel the sad. I'm thinking of everything we ever had, but it's like reading a book in a tongue I don't speak. The colors are muted, the spirit is weak. I touched a hot stove just to see if I'd flinch, but I didn't move back, not even an inch. The numbness is heavy, the numbness is wide. There's nobody living on my own inside. Did you take it with you? Is it tucked in your coat? Is it sinking like lead in a paper-made boat? Or did it just vanish because it was tired of being the only thing left that was fired? It's gone, it's gone, and the nothingness is carrying on. My heart went missing in the middle of the night. It didn't leave a note, it didn't put up a fight. There's a cavernous hole where the fire used to be, and I'm just a ghost of the you and the me. I'm checking the lost and the found in the dark, searching for dies down like a cigarette in the rain, and I'm left with a familiar blue tinted pain. The shadows on the ceiling start to stretch and reach like ghosts of the lessons you were supposed to teach. I turn the pillow over just to feel a different cold. The story of my evening is a story already told. It's 2 a.m. and the walls are closing in. I'm tracing where your body and my life had been. The stars are just pinpricks in a heavy velvet shroud. Now I'm screaming in my head, but the room is far too loud. Oh, these are my sad nights, my hollow bone nights, where I'm haunted by the ghost of the city lights. I'm digging through the wreckage of you and me in a darkness so thick that I've forgotten how to see. It's a slow motion drowning, it's a wide awake sleep in the valley of the promises we couldn't even keep. The moon is a witness to the way I fall apart in the midnight museum of my broken heart. I scroll through the pictures till my eyes start to sting. The blue light is a ritual, a poisonous thing. I find a voice note that I know I shouldn't play, just to hear you breathe in a soft, forgotten way. The fridge hums a melody that sounds like a dirge, while the urge to call you and the urge to die converge. Will the morning ever come, or am I stuck in the black, waiting for a train that isn't coming on the track? I'm the king of the ashes, I'm a priest of the gloom, just a shadow making shadows in an empty, echoing room. Don't wake me up unless you're bringing back the sun, because the war is over and the darkness has won. Oh, these are my sad nights, my hollow bone nights, where I'm haunted by the ghost of the city lights. I'm digging through the wreckage of you and me in a darkness so thick that I've forgotten how to see. It's a slow motion drowning, it's a wide awake sleep in the valley of the promises we couldn't even keep. The moon is a witness to the way I fall apart in the midnight museum of my broken heart. The birds will start singing soon. Another night has passed, still here in the dark. You didn't slam the door, raise your voice at all. You just moved your pictures from the shadows on the wall. It was in the way you drank your coffee, looking at the floor like I was just a ghost you didn't recognize anymore. No lightning in the kitchen, no thunder in the hall, just the sound of autumn leaves beginning their fall. It was a soft kill, a gentle kind of red, 1,000 tiny silences instead of what you said. I was waiting for the crash, for the fire, for the flare, but you just withdrew like a ghost into the air. You didn't use a hammer, you didn't use a knife, you just slowly drained the color from the center of my life. It's the loudest kind of violent, the way you didn't scream as you walked out of the fabric of every single dream. No sirens in the street, no glass upon the floor, just the muffled click of a closing bedroom door. I'm held together by the ghost of what you used to see. But oh God, you broke me quietly. I'm looking for the wreckage, for the shrapnel, for the bone, but I'm standing in a wreckage that is perfectly at home. The bed is neatly made, the curtains pulled aside, but there's a cemetery growing in the places where I hide. You were so polite about it, so careful with your touch, as you took away the only thing I loved a bit too much. If you'd only yelled, if you'd only let it bleed out of something I could fix, something I could need. But you killed us with a whisper, you murdered us with peace. And now the silence is a debt I never can release. You're a master of the exit, a genius of the fun, while I'm dying on the inside of this quiet life of mine. You didn't use a hammer, you didn't use a knife, you just slowly drained the color from the center of my life. It's the loudest kind of violent, the way you didn't scream as you walked out of the fabric of every single dream. No sirens in the street, no glass upon the floor, just the muffled click of a closing bedroom door. I'm held together by the ghost of what you used to see. But oh God, you broke me quietly. Can you hear it? The sound of me coming apart in the dark. No, of course you can't. You broke me so quietly. I had built a fortress out of all the quiet air, a sanctuary of numbness, a hollowed out prayer. The walls were high, the peace was deep and true, until the sound of everything that wasn't you. I was safely buried in a world made of never, untouched by the storm of our used to be clever. It was a perfect void, a beautiful blank page, a silent, empty, well-constructed cage. No memory could find me, no future could sting. Then you walked into the room and you changed everything. You didn't just walk, you shattered the glass, brought back all the memories I wanted to pass. I was finally numb, I was finally free from the weight of the life you extracted from me. You opened the floodgates with the shape of your face, destroyed my defenses, contaminated the space. I had peace in the quiet, a well-practiced calm, but you broke silence, a live sudden bomb. The sound of your voice was a bullet of flare. It dragged me right back to the edge of despair. I had forgotten the rhythm of breathing your name. I had doused all the sparks of the funeral flame. Now the echoes are everywhere. The quiet is dead, replaced by the ghost of everything that you said. I worked so hard for the nothing You didn't just walk, you shattered the glass, brought back all the memories I wanted to pass. I was finally numb, I was finally free from the weight of the life you extracted from me. You opened the floodgates with the shape of your face, destroyed my defenses, contaminated the space. I had peace in the quiet, a well-practiced calm, but you broke silence, a life sudden bomb. A life sudden bomb. The quiet is gone now, completely gone. All I hear is you, all I hear is the pain. You broke silence. The calendar said Tuesday, then suddenly Wednesday came, and you were a stranger with the exact same name. I went to sleep beside the man who promised me the sun, woke up to a ghost whose damage had just begun. There was no transition, no warning, no slow fade, just the sharp cold knife of the choice that you made. It was a chemistry switch, a flip of a dime. You left the old you in another space. Sometime the light left your eyes, the warmth left your touch. You didn't just change, you collapsed the us. You changed overnight, like the seasons in a flash, turned all our silver intentions to ash. From a lover to a phantom, a whisper to a wall. I didn't see the exit sign, I didn't hear the fall. It's the speed that's the killer, the sudden degree of cold you became when you turned away from me. The person I trusted just vanished from sight. Oh my God, you changed overnight. The coffee we shared tasted different that day. You looked through me, not at me, with nothing to say. You spoke of the future like I wasn't in it. A stranger in my kitchen for a terrible minute. I keep looking for a glitch, a mistake, a rerun, but you're just moving on, and my world is undone. If it was slow, I could brace, I could learn how to grieve. I'd have reasons to stay, reasons to leave, but you pulled the plug, you stopped the whole show and left me in the dark with nowhere to go. The silence is violent, the speed is the pain. The man that I love won't be coming again. You changed overnight, like the seasons in a flash, turned all our silver intentions to ash. From a lover to a phantom, a whisper to a wall. I didn't see the exit sign, I didn't hear the fall. It's the speed that's the killer, the sudden degree of cold you became when you turned away from me. The person I trusted just vanished from sight. Oh my God, you changed overnight. Just like that, gone. A different person, a stranger in my bed. Overnight, overnight. shifted the moment you left and left me alone with this weight in my chest. The stars in the ceiling have all burned to black, and there's no constellation to lead me back. I'm standing on ground that is no longer stone, in a version of earth I've never quite known. The oxygen's thin and the colors are gray since you took the light of the morning away. I'm an astronaut lost in a bedroom of dust, watching the iron of everything rust. The map of my heart has been wiped from the wall. I'm just a shadow with nowhere to fall. You didn't just leave a house or a street or a space in the sheets where the cold and I meet. You took the horizon, you took the entire way that the world used to set me on fire. Now I'm a ghost in a foreign dimension. Tension and silence is all that I mention. It's empty, it's hollow, it's terrifiedly cold. I'm still here, but you left my world. Damn thing, I'm drifting, I'm fading, I'm losing the line between your existence and what used to be mine. You're gone, and you took the sky with you. You're gone, and I'm falling right through. You didn't just leave a house or a street or a space in the sheets where the cold and I meet. You took the horizon, you took the entire way that the world used to set me on fire. Now I'm a ghost in a foreign dimension. Tension and silence is all that I mention. It's empty, it's hollow, it's terrifyingly hurt. I'm still here, but you left my world. Or a street or a space in the sheets where the cold and I meet. You took the horizon, you took the entire way that the world used to set me on fire. The memory of your touches, stain on my skin, a map of the places where the damage begins. You move with a purpose, you moved with a grace, and then vanished, leaving nothing but an empty space. The lights are all off now, the stage has gone dark, just a ghost of the heat where you left your mark. It was a surgical exit, a professional goodbye. Not a single tear fell from your perfectly dry eye. You were the architect, you were the thief, a beautiful prologue to an unending grief. You left me like a sunrise, a temporary light, then left me like a sunset and plunged me into night. It was brilliant and blinding. cold.